Warning: the following podcast, which contains strong language and mature content, is unsuitable for children or for the faint of heart. The subject matter discussed will be frightening and graphic in nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Three spooked girls. Three spooked girls. When you want to hear about the paranormal, you get the spooked girls. True crime that makes you hypothermal. With the three spooked girls. Stabby snippets will give you dreams. Tara and Jessica will make you scream along with the spooked girls. Bring on the slaughter. We on that haunted ground. Spooked girls. The three spooked girls.
Hey there, spooksters, and welcome back to another episode here on Three Spooked Girls. My name is Jessica, and as always, I'm joined by my favorite gal pal, Tara.
Hey, spooksters.
Today is, well, technically, it's our listeners episode, but it's also the 1st of August, which that's kind of exciting.
Well, see, it's like technically it'd be July's because that's when the stories came in, but I don't even know what to title it, and I'll have decided when you guys hear this, but I'm like, do I make it be July still? Because I don't feel like dealing with people being like, it's not July. Don't know what to do.
Well, let's just call it July. It's July. Y'all can deal with it. It's fine. Because we have a really fun announcement for today.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into all that, if you want to hang out with us on social medias, you can do so by heading over to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, all the places. In our show notes, there's a link tree that takes you everything about it. So definitely check those out. Subscribe if you're not subscribing, because that's where you get updates too. It's like when we do things and also just get to see what's going on. Also, we have a fabulous Facebook group, and it's what I'm going to do the announcement now. You have to be a member of this fabulous Facebook group. It is called Three Spooked Girls Official, and it's already been asked in the Facebook group this week, but we are officially launching Secret Satan as of today.
Yay!
Everything is going to be through Facebook. We did emails last year, and that was a bit chaotic because some people were like, I forgot which email I gave you, and then I wasn't checking it, and so things like that.
Let's not be fucking dicks. Let's just say it. Let's not be fucking dicks.
I love this.
If you sign up to participate, buy them the fucking gift, because if you're listening to this and you were one of those shitty people, I hope you feel fucking horrible, because that is so bad. Because even if it's your first time, you already know from listening to us talk about it in past years, like, people go all out.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some people can't, so they get whatever they can within the price limit.
Right.
But the thing is like, we understand life happens and all that shit. So it's like, if at, any time before all of that happens, like, let us know. Don't go the whole time, because you guys get your names like pretty, or like a month before the due date, basically. Like, you guys get it quite a bit in advance. So please don't be dicks.
Yeah, it's a month before, because we want to give people an opportunity. People send decorations too. And so people want to be able to put that up and not just the day before. So I'm going to actually go over the rules now. They will also be posted. So I want this to be like multiple places so that people can't be like, I didn't know there was rules. The rules will be everywhere. So here it is. This is how this is going to work. Now, there is an interest form. It's a Google form. You have to fill it out. There are 2 acknowledgement boxes as of right now that I see. Yes, there's 2 acknowledgement boxes. The first one is you are acknowledging, to not be a dick, like Tara just said, that if you fail to send out a gift, you will be blacklisted, not just from future gift exchanges. You will actually be permanently removed from our Facebook group. The second acknowledgement is that we are not responsible if like your gift gets lost in transit, if it gets stolen from your porch. Like, we understand that fucking sucks. Trust us, we understand, but we can't do anything about it. And it's also not fair to go back to the person who sent you a gift and be like, can you resend them something?
No, I'm not going to do that.
That's not fair.
No.
Life happens, and we have to all be adults here, guys. So here are the rules. 1, you must be in the Three Spooked Girls official Facebook group to participate. 2, you must fill out all required information and acknowledge everything. 3, you must, and I'm going to say this because I almost lost my shit last year. Tara knows this. It takes me a long time to get mad at stuff. Tara knows, like, if I explode at someone, it has been a long time coming. And by the way, it's been 17 years. I don't think I've ever yelled at Tara. So like, tells you like how unprofessional unproblematic she is in my life. But Tara has seen me do the opposite to like the other people be like, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
You will wait patiently while the hosts, admins, and mods send out Secret Satan information. I have it in here. The deadline is September 6th. We will be starting to send things out September 15th. Once that happens, once it has been sent out, I will make an announcement in the Facebook group. Everything has been sent out. Please check your Facebook messengers. Only then are you allowed to ask me, did you send mine out?
In the thread.
In the thread. Because we understand you're fucking excited. We're excited with you. We get to participate too. We love doing this. But it literally was like the time it would take for me to like, because what would happen is I'd be working on it and then like Tara or a mod or Ashley, our admin, would be like, hey, did you see this person? Could you respond? Or they would be responding being like, hey, she's working on it. Please give her time.
It'll be okay.
Just chill. If I haven't announced, hey, I've finished, just know that you might not have received it yet because it's not in alphabetical order because it's a complex process. We have to do like a matchup of everything. And then once we do a matchup of everything, I have to then cut and paste manually, cut and paste people's addresses into this. This is the easiest way to do this. We tried Elfster one year. The problem with Elfster is even if you set it private, other people can join and there's no way to stop them. So that was the year I spent a lot of money because
coming in and
people
out.
were like joining the group, getting a gift and left. So you will let the hosts and admins know if something comes up and you can no longer participate. Ideally, we'd like to know before September 6th. But here's the thing. If you're looking down your life and you think that like September, October, you're not going to be able to afford to do this, don't sign up. And we get it. Like you might have a busy life and you want to participate. It is totally okay to do this all via Amazon. I put a whole question this year just for wish lists. So if you, which is not, it's not required. You don't have to put one, but like, so if you have a wish list link you want to add it in there. It'd be great. And number 5 is your gift must be sent out by October 14th. As you guys can tell, this is like, it does stress me out a little bit, but that's okay because we love you guys and we love this thing. But being honest, if it's a total shit show again, it will be our last. Like I'm not putting myself or the mods or Tara through this ever again. And yeah, so be warned. Us doing these things are contingent on your behavior. Called consequences. So we're ready to move on now.
Yes.
If you want to help support the show, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/3spookedgirls. And for little as $1, you get 1 bonus episode a month. 5 and up patrons have been like really raking it in lately because we have been doing the recap of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup. And it has been so fun, guys.
So
it is just Tara and I being like feral level energy. Honest to God, the episode that we put out yesterday was about a Lifetime movie. And I will tell you, like, it is listening bliss, I'm pretty sure, because we were pretty...
It was fun.
It was fun to do. And I think we're going to go ahead and just...
get into the content.
Dive into our first story now that it's been 9 years. Thank God we started timestamping this shit.
You're welcome.
Tara's smart.
Perfect timing. No, I'm not going to go back and do the backlog. There's too many. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
So our first story comes from Megan, and her subject line was, I wouldn't believe it if it didn't happen to me. Let me start off by saying I'm a 38-year-old mom of 6 who believes in everything creepy, scary, and the paranormal. I have a few stories that I can't explain what happened, but let's start with this one first. I come from a city called Fort Wayne, Indiana, about 20 minutes south of Angola, Indiana. Well, where I live in Fort Wayne is considered Allen County. Very confusing, I know. But anyways, back to my story. The house is surrounded by cornfields. Imagine that. But growing up, me and my friends would always go out into the cornfields and hang out, play games like tag, hide and seek. I know, what were we thinking? We weren't. Yeah, that'd be very scary. But when you're like a teenager or a kid, you're not thinking about that really.
I mean, how many times did we like tie people to trees in almond orchards?
I was not there for that, actually.
You're like, no, that was your wild ass.
That is you, not me.
I did that. It's called Skype hunting. Small town kids just being assholes.
No. Well, one day we were all playing hide and seek, and I was the seeker, and I was walking through the corn looking for my friends. When I swear I heard someone run up behind me, so I turned around expecting to see somebody back behind me, but when I turned, no one was there. At this point, I thought it was a friend playing a game on me, so I turned and continued walking, calling out for my friends, and again, I hear someone running up behind me. And at this point, I keep walking like I don't hear them, and I turn super quick again, but nothing. This happened 3 more times, and each time nothing. Oh my God, fuck that. I would be like, run through the corn to get the fuck out.
Well, because corn is like an insulator. Like, it would make it quiet for sure.
Right. So now I'm getting frustrated and a little frazzled because A, I'm in a cornfield and that's creepy by itself. And B, clearly someone is fucking with me and it's not funny anymore. So I call out to whoever and tell them it's not funny and to come out, but nothing. So I continue looking for my friend because at this point I just need to find someone so I'm not alone. Soon I find my friend Anna and I'm asking her if she was running up behind me or if she knew if Eric was messing around. And she said she had been where I found her, which was in front of me from where I heard the footsteps running. So I knew it had to be Eric because it couldn't be anybody else. So we start walking back from where I came from to find him. We don't find him, and after like 15 minutes, we call out that he needs to come out and I give up. We see the corn start to move and hear footsteps running behind us, so we both turn around expecting to see Eric running up, but instead we saw a tall black figure heading right towards us. We take off running and the figure is right behind us. I made the mistake and looked back, and I'll never forget the way the eyes shined a bright green color and everything else was black. I just kept running and we finally made it to the opening behind my house, and when we got to the back door, we ran into the house and locked the door.
Smart.
It was a sliding glass door, so we couldn't, oh my God, no. So we could see that the corn had stopped moving, but nothing was there. Ew. Come to find out, my friend Eric was hiding in my shed and hadn't been in the field at all. I still to this day will not go into that cornfield, and my friend Anna and I never told a soul or talked about what happened. We're still friends today and never bring up the black figure we both saw that day. Well, thanks for reading my story, and I have even more from where I live and some of the things I used to do with friends. Megan, yeah, that's scary.
Please tell.
That's scary. No, thank you.
I'm just like, no.
My worst nightmare.
No, thank you. At least when we, I'll be honest, like playing in almond orchards as kids, like almond orchards are like spread out. Like you can see through the trees, especially like on a bright moon night.
Yeah.
Corn, you're like, I'm fucked.
Corn's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think of every like haunted corn maze I've ever been to and how much I thoroughly did not enjoy some asshole jumping out.
No.
The amount of times where I've almost peed my pants because someone has jumped out and startled me. I startle easily anyway. Like,
yeah.
I startled the other day. We were on like a FaceTime and I was just sitting here and I looked up and she'd done something to share her screen and I jumped really hard. She was like, you need to stop. And I was like, I'm scared. I'm scared. But anyway, my first story comes from Mandy. Mandy submitted 3 stories. So we'll read one tonight and then we have a couple for another time. Mm-hmm. Hello, ladies. I have a few true crime stories for you today. There are a few trigger warnings. So let's hop right in. Thank you, Mandy, for putting trigger warnings. I appreciate this. Okay. The first story and the trigger warning is there's gun violence and death of family members. And it is titled The Death of Jim and Carolyn Porter. This story takes place on December 27th and 28th of 1982 in Hilliard, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus. On December 28th, 1982, Jim and Carolyn Porter were found dead, wrapped in plastic bags in their garage in their Hilliard, Ohio home. Both were shot in the head, and their 16-year-old son, Brad Porter, was MIA at the time of the discovery, leading Hilliard police to pin him as the lead suspect in the shooting deaths of his mother and father. January 1st, 1983, Brad is apprehended in Jacksonville, Florida at 3:40 a.m. after confessing to killing his parents, then fleeing the state of Ohio. Wow, he went far. Before fleeing Ohio, Brad had showed the bodies of his parents to a friend before taking the family's 1980 Ford Fremont station wagon and started driving south. Porter confessed that he shot his mother, Carolyn, while she was at the sink preparing food. He recalled pointing the rifle he used to shoot his mother at his father and couldn't remember pulling the trigger. Although Porter does not remember dragging the bodies into the garage, Brad then stole his father's wallet and went on a shopping spree, spending upwards of $1,000 at the Westland Mall in the hilltops of Columbus. The day of the murders, Porter recalled taking ludes, so like drugs like Quaaludes, commonly used as a muscle relaxant, but at the time was being used recreational, and smoked some marijuana. So just completely zonked out. Mm-hmm. I always think of the Quaalude scene in Wolf of Wall Street where they take the like the expired Quaaludes and they're like, he's like crawling.
Oh gosh.
On January 4th, 1984, Porter pleaded not guilty in his preliminary hearing. The court then filed a motion for Porter to be tried as an adult, Oh, yeah, because he was 16. If tried as an adult and convicted, Porter could get life in prison. But if tried as a juvenile, he would be released at age 21. That's only 5 years. That's not really learning our lesson. Porter later pled guilty to 2 counts of aggravated murder and was sentenced to 15 years to life. These murders understandably shook the Hillard community. Carolyn Porter was an English teacher at the Hillard Middle School, and Jim Porter was the science teacher and wrestling coach at the same school. Oh, they're teachers? My mother graduated in June of 1983 and had gone to school with Brad. Oh, wow. Jim Porter was my mom's science teacher in 8th grade, and Carolyn Porter was a study hall monitor in a few of the study halls my mom was in. This case is not widely discussed in the Hillard community today. I heard of this double murder from my mom a few months ago and absolutely had to do my research. There's not very many articles on this case, so now I am unsure if Brad is still incarcerated, although I truly hope that he is. Thank you for reading my first true crime story. Have the best day, ladies. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
And also, we completely get the whole lack of information, especially with cases that are this old that aren't popular.
Yeah.
When I mean by popular, I mean haven't gotten a lot of press. It's really hard to find information on them. But this was good research. Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah, for sure. All right. My other comes from Rachel. And Rachel, she writes, "Hello, everyone. You may remember me from great posts in the Facebook group." So plug in the Facebook group, such as the 2 Parenting Styles, 1 House miniseries. If not, that's okay. They're fucking funny. Go look for them. I've always had an energy about me, and not just the, oh my God, this kid needs to sit down and shut up type of energy. I mean, an aura type of energy. I've also been friends with Rachel forever, so I'm just dying.
Oh, this is that Rachel. Okay, I know this Rachel. Hey, girl.
Oh my gosh. I mean, an aura type energy, which others definitely feel and sometimes see. Let me explain. As a child, I had the annoying ability to short circuit watches. If I wore an analog watch, the hands would spin. We tried digital watches and they would reset themselves or speed up or slow down by about a minute a day until complete death after 6 months. Eventually, my mom gave up on buying me watches. As I got older, this energy moved into lights. During my brother's 11th birthday, we were all gathered around the dining room table singing happy birthday and lighting candles, as people do at birthday parties. The dining room lights suddenly start flashing, and as my mom told me to move, all 4 light bulbs exploded. Oh my God. I don't like that.
Aggro. Just aggro light bulbs.
Right?
Aggro ghosts.
When I was a teenager driving around, street lights would go out as soon as I passed under them. Late teens into adulthood, I could walk into a room and all electronics would turn off or stop working. Seriously, people would tell me to leave the room so they could finish their phone call, typing something, etc. This was the era of cordless telephones, then into early cell phones. Oh, the time when everyone had a different phone. Shannon and I were talking about that. We're like, it's so sad. It was cool, to see what kind of phone everybody had. And now we all match, basically.
That's true.
Oh.
I was thinking about something the other day, and I was and I was talking with my 20-year-old coworker, and she was like, why didn't you just take a picture? I'm like, because it was 2004 and I didn't have a camera phone.
For real. And if you did, it would have been shitty.
Yeah, it would not have captured what I needed to do.
The camera back then? No, we wouldn't have been able to even see the pictures. That took a few years.
You wouldn't have been able to do anything with the picture. I could have 25 pictures on my phone.
Yeah.
At a time.
They used to charge per text too. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah, but I was like, I need unlimited texting. And so I paid $14.99 for unlimited texting on top of my cell phone bill. Gen Zers are just brain exploding. It was quite pricey. My first camera phone was a Sony Ericsson.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think they make phones anymore or exist.
I don't even know. Mine was probably something similar because I do remember those phones. Okay, back to Rachel's story though. Sorry. So now that I'm an adult, this has slowed down a bit. However, do you think I can have all the nice things? Of course not. I tried to use a waffle maker and it flew open, sending waffle maker pieces and dough flying everywhere. This happened 2 or 3 times. I finally said, fine, I guess I don't need any homemade waffles anyway. And then she put in parentheses, I definitely do need homemade waffles, but don't tell whatever my energy/entity that.
Maybe you should offer it a waffle. Maybe that's what it's mad
Leave
about.
Leave it a waffle.
Leave it a waffle.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, you're not sharing, bitch.
Be like, the first one's for you.
Yes. Maybe that'll work. To this day, my mom, if my mom gets some new gadget or vehicle, I'm not allowed to touch it for the first year or two. There's a glimpse into my weird life. I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe day.
I love this for you, Rachel, because that's like, it's also a really good way to be like, no, mom, I can't come over and drive you, like, to go with you somewhere and drive you someplace because, well, I can't drive your car because it's new. The chores you'll get out of. No, mom, I can't use the new vacuum because, or no, guys, I'm not allowed to use the new vacuum because it's new.
Oh my gosh.
Silver linings everywhere. Our last story of the night comes from Alan. And Alan writes, hello, Tara, Jessica, and Kate. Hello, Alan.
Hello.
This is
That was Kate. That was me. I was like gonna not say it and then it just like came out. So that's where we're at right now.
If you guys have wondered what we meant about the feral energy, this is what we're talking about. This is us.
Listen, it's just gonna get worse over the next few weeks because we have to record. So I'm going on vacation next month for 10 days and we have to record a lot. But it's okay because it's gonna be done. We're gonna get it done for you.
Also, I'm very worried about our snap score because our snap streak. I'm like, if you go on vacation, how the fuck am I gonna get a snap?
I think you can pay for it to get it back.
We'll have to.
It's like $1.
We'll do it. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Go.
Sorry. This is what our life is. We've already reset it once, guys. It should be much higher than it is, but it's not. Okay. Hello, Tara, Jessica, and Kate. This has been on my mind to post for a while, but I was unsure if it was paranormal enough. But everything is paranormal enough. Mm-hmm. I was born and grew up in the city of Sheffield in England, which immediately makes me think of any kind of like Jane Austen movie or book, because those are books first. Mm-hmm. It was very heavily bombed by the Germans in World War II, as it is a great producer of steel. When the grocery store across the street from me was being renovated, they discovered an unexploded bomb, so we all had to evacuate.
Oh my God.
That's good. 2 reasons I mentioned this. 1, I don't know if it's linked to the story. And 2, I just think it's interesting. I also think it's interesting that there was an unexploded World War II bomb across from your house that they built a grocery store on.
It's crazy.
Anyway, my story, I actually don't know when they discovered it, so it could have been years ago, but anyway, my story is about reoccurring dreams. I had 3 that were so real, I still remember them now, and this was 40 years ago. Oh, geez. Okay, Alan. 1, I'm lying on the floor in the living room, paralyzed, unable to even speak, while my family with no eyes is standing in the doorway. Ooh. Just, Tara, sorry. You're like, oh, sorry. Just as the ground breaks open, there is either 1 or 2 different demons, in parentheses, Alan put monster, come through and attack me just as they're about to consume me. I wake up. That is fucking terrifying.
That's scary.
That is scary.
Ugh.
I don't like it.
Nope. But we got 2 more reoccurring dreams. Yay.
Okay. 2 more.
So scared.
From the wild mind of Alan. 2, while trying to go into the basement, I find it really difficult to go down, even with pulling myself down the handrail. But using all my strength, I finally make it to the bottom. And then there's a big flash of white light. Then I'm back at the top. Oh my God, it's a Prometheus moment. Like something was stopping me from going down there. Ooh. Now, Alan, my question is this you? So it's your basement, our basement. Did you ever find anything creepy down there?
Must know.
Alan is in the Facebook group. Please let us know.
Yes.
Okay. The 3rd and final recurring dream. I'm laying on my bed. My bedroom was in the attic. Oh,
good. We get to be afraid of the basement and the attic now. Love this.
Oh. And I feel the pressure at the bottom of my bed, and I look down and there's a child about the same age as me, but facing away from me. I move to go and talk to him, but then he turns and I notice half of his face was missing, like it had blown up, was blown off in an accident or bomb. Remember the bomb?
Ooh, yeah.
I remember being terrified, but I don't let him know this as I don't want to upset him. Oh, Alan, you're so
nice.
After talking to him, he stands up, smiles, and walks out of the room. He just needed a friend.
Yeah.
I had these dreams constantly, but then suddenly stopped as soon as we moved house. Yeah, you had something paranormal happening in your house.
Oh, for sure.
Only a short story, but I will tell you about the house we moved into, which turned out to be haunted at a later date.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, girls. Alan. Oh my God.
Yeah, we got to hear it.
Yeah, Alan, I like that you had 3 reoccurring dreams. I only had 1. Did you have reoccurring dreams?
No.
I had 1 and I was being chased by wolves.
Oh, that's fun.
Like very started cartoony and then turned into The Gray,
Scary.
if you watch the movie. Yeah, it was very not okay for a small child. And I would wake up screaming, and my parents were like, I remember because at like one point I was still sharing a room with my older brother, and one time he was like, the wolves again. I was like, yeah, asshole, yes.
Yes, bitch.
With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of Listener and Stories. If you want to hear your story read by us on the podcast, you have to do us a favor and send it to 3spookedgirls@gmail.com. It's the number 3, spookedgirls@gmail.com. And we would love to read it on the podcast. So do that. And we will see you back next week for another Gypsy episode.
Well, patrons.
For patrons, yes, there's a Gypsy episode.
Yes.
And then we'll be back with another episode next week. So toodles, guys.
Bye.